The Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is reported to have said that whoever recites salat upon me one time, Allah Azza wa Jal sends 10 mercies upon him, forgives 10 of his sins, and raises him by 10 ranks. Allah, just one salat upon the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, one durood pak. How long does it take? Allah Akbar. Sallallahu ala Muhammad. This is one durood pak upon the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and you'll get so much of reward. In another hadith, the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that whoever recites salat upon me 10 times, Allah Azza wa Jal sends 100 mercies upon him. Allahu Akbar. The Sufis of the past have said, if one mercy descends upon them, then they feel they've achieved forgiveness, they've achieved salvation if just one mercy descends upon them. In another hadith, the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is reported to have said, recite salat upon me wherever you are. Recite salat upon me wherever you are as it reaches me. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. In another hadith, the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, indeed, your names are presented to me along with your identity. Therefore, recite salat upon me with eloquent words, with good words. We come to that conclusion that what have we got to lose? You tell me, what have we got to lose? This is the win-win situation, viewers of the channel. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And if you're looking for the deal of the century, then the deal of the century is to recite salat upon the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You cannot get a better offer. If you have to read the Quran, you have to stop and read the Quran. You have to do something. If you have to read your nafil salah, you have to stop and do something. If you have to give sadaqah, you have to take something out of your pocket and you have to feel it. But how much does it cost? How much does it cost to recite durood pak upon the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? How long does it take to recite salat upon the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? What have you lost? You've lost nothing. But you've gained so much. You've gained the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal. You gained the blessings of Allah Azza wa Jal. You gain forgiveness on the Day of Judgment. All of these things and much, much more that we've just mentioned. Viewers of Madani Channel, we need to encourage ourselves, develop that passion inside ourselves, that when we are driving to work, when we're waiting for a customer, when we're waiting for something to do, whatever we are doing, make sure that you find some time to recite durood pak upon the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I've seen people, viewers of Madani Channel, that they are doing the services on cars and they recited durood pak upon the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I've seen bus drivers that are driving the buses and they're reciting durood pak upon the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I've seen doctors that are driving to work, driving back to work, and they're reciting durood pak upon the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I've seen other doctors that before they even start with any patient, before they start to examine a patient, they recite salat upon the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Dentists, I've seen them that before they look at the mouth of somebody, they recite salat upon the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If we can all make a habit of reciting durood pak upon the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam on a daily basis, will this not make a change in us? Inshallah, yes, it will definitely make a change in us. It will make a change in our hearts. We'll develop that passion, that love for learning more about the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We'll develop that passion to love the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam as they should be loved. So you might begin by reciting it once, twice, 3 times, 10 times, 50 times, 100 times. But if you recite durood pak upon the Prophet of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in abundance, 313 times, it will see a difference. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
We love Madani Channel. We love Madani Channel.